Hey guys, twitch.tv/MonsterTop here with another BFA Hyper GoldFarm spot. This time it is in Stormsong Valley at the Jewled Coast. Down below in the description, you will find different ways to stay up to date and connected to the content that I'm putting out for World of Warcraft's guides for gold farming. You'll also notice down below that you will see timestamps for how you, the viewer, can navigate through my guides to get to whatever section that you need to pull information out of. Yes, anti-YouTube, I know, but I think we'll be okay. Let's get started. Welcome back, everybody. Third video in the series for the BFA Hyper Gold Farm guides that I'll be putting out. Here's the different sections I'll be covering in this guide. You'll notice below in the description, you'll find the timestamps to jump around within the video itself to whatever section of the guide that you, the viewer, are looking for. Yes, anti-point of YouTube, I know. Here's the different sections that I'll be going over within this guide. Available items to earn on this farm, the farm requirements, the farm location, the multi-boxing or group comp recommendations for this farm, the farm routes and leashing, any tips and tricks while doing this farm, and then to wrap it up, we'll be doing gold earned value on a single account while multi-boxing, and then the gold earned value when 5-boxing. Alright, first section in this guide, what available items can you get? Probably what you guys want to see the most, so here we go. From this farm, you can get Tide Spray Linen and Deep Sea Satin. Something to note here, which I mentioned in all of the videos, is bring a tailor here. If you have the option with the scavenger perk, you will just get a lot more of the raw mats. Green BOEs drop here as well, which you can either scrap, you can DE if you are an enchanter and need the raw mats for enchanting, or you can sell in bulk to a buyer. At the time of this video, the mats sell somewhere between 110 gold each to 135 gold each for the BOE greens. And I am on a Tychondrus, a high pop server. Epic BOEs can drop as well for folks that are at level 120. I'm going to list some examples to the right in this video for some of the BFA epics that you can earn to sell. At the time of the video, these epics go somewhere between 30k to 200k. Again, it just really depends on what server you're on. Did it roll a higher item level? Is it a weapon versus an armor piece? And if there's any available content that's out there, either through raiding or world quests, that are easier to get versus the BOE that you earned, those tend to drop in price as well. Too much information to digest, just simply go to the auction house and you'll be able to see right away what it is going for. On top of all that, you'll be able to earn raw gold as well. Just with a lot of grays that you'll earn, you can just deposit those right into the vendor. This guide is farm requirements. What do you need to be able to do this farm? If you've been following my BFA Hyper Gold guide, you'll start noticing a trend here. Let's get into it. First thing to note, this section is just my personal recommendation to help increase the kill count, which helps increase the potential for gold earned. First, in my opinion, 2x4 man groups, multi-boxers will be already familiar with this trick to get 8 of their accounts phased together to quest level or farm. All the 2x4 group method is just 2 groups of 4 people together phase onto a single server. 2x4 man groups are just better than your traditional 5-man farm because it helps increase the kill count, which means you leash more, which means you kill more, which, like I said, makes you earn more. Second, one good monk to group up the mobs with the statue, crackling to help continue pulling, and then even off healing is needed. If you can't get a decent monk dropping the statue, then keeping it up 100%. Not the end of the farm. It's fine. It's okay. Just get a second monk to help. I can tell you out of the BFA Hyper farms, this is probably the more straightforward of the monk responsibilities to help group all the mobs up. You just need good leashers, which we will get into later in the video. Just make sure you don't bring any AFK monks. We already know why. Third point, at least 2 ranged DPS for leashing the mobs to the statue. That is all you'll need for this farm. Can do this farm if you're sub 120. You just wouldn't be able to get any of the epic BOEs. You will still be able to get the mount as well as the other items on the loot table, the greens, the tide sprays, the deep sea satins, the grays. You just would be limiting yourself to not be eligible to get the epic BOEs, but you will be gaining experience instead. Next section in this guide is the farm location. The location is in the Alliance territory of Stormsong Valley to get to the Jewel Coast. Where's the Jewel Coast inside of Stormsong Valley? You'll find this in the northwestern part of the map as shown here in the video. Let's go ahead and zoom in to see where it is on the map. I marked on the map exactly where it is located and even listed the chords. The chords are 35.40 by 28.50. Next up, this new section is for multi-boxers and people looking to understand the group setup. Now, you don't have to be a multi-boxer to find the benefits of this section helpful. It goes over group composition, folks. This section will help you understand what comp to use when you group farm this area in the future, whether you are multi-boxing or not. From feedback received, I'm going to list in text on the video what comps you can come in and do this with. Something to say, this is probably one of the most laziest farms in BFA that I've done so far that you could do with multi-boxing. I mean, I literally was watching Netflix and doing the farm. Super lazy. It was awesome. Definitely change of pace, which is a good thing when you get to farming. Any comp can come in here from a range perspective and it'll work. All warlocks, mages, hunters, boomkins, it really doesn't matter. This area is so small and condensed that you don't have to pull as much. In a wide range area, if all you have is melee, then what I would recommend is a monk statue to help pull, or even sacrifice in a spot to have a range pull to the center of the location, which is shown here in the video with Skull. There are 2 or 3 mobs that are a couple steps outside of max range, so what I would recommend is that you move around a little bit to pull these mobs. Now for those 15, 20, 25 plus multi-boxers, this is going to be your spot because you don't have to micromanage as much as you do in some of the other farms. There's nothing complex here. You'll just be able to get some good farming in. This place kind of reminds me of the Legion Sormar's Silk Farm quest without doing any of the requirements. Next up in the guide is farm route or leashing for the Jewled coast. Here in this video, you'll see the placement of my boomkins, which we'll go ahead and just call center for pulling all the mobs. That is one of 2 locations that you can do for this farm. You can also use the ledge that is behind the machinery looking equipment to place your range DPS, and then you can pull from that area as well. Credit to Peck the Farmer, who's on twitch.tv. From watching his videos, saw that one myself, was not aware of it. I'll go ahead and list his Twitch in the description. He is another multi-boxer that I follow very closely, puts out great content. So this farm is relatively easy as there's not that much to it. I like to play a game where I try to kill the monk by pulling as much mobs as I can to them. Folks, I recommend the same. Just kidding. I don't try to kill the monk, but I do try to pull it till my fingers fall off. Folks, you're going to want to do the same. Just constantly keep pulling these mobs as soon as they respawn. It is such a close and condensed area that you should be able to do it. Some tips and tricks for some of the leashers is give what I call drive-by DPS. Just do some kind of AoE ability to give the mobs a couple of hits and then just go right back to leashing. Leashing is for your priority. When everything is leashed, you'll have maybe like 5 seconds to DPS and go right back to leashing. Also, aim one of the leashers to a hard east. The other leasher, you're going to want to head hard west. There's a lot of respawns in this immediate area, so you're going to want to constantly keep on pulling. What I would recommend is you can do Starfall, you can do Death and Decay on those areas, so as soon as it does spawn, you're going to have those mobs just get pulled right to the area. There are also some mobs not immediately in range. You may need to take a couple of steps outside of your max range to pull some of these mobs. I would recommend that you do so, just to increase the kill count. Core tip here for my brothers at arms, it is an alliance area, so I would recommend war mode on to eventually earn that 15+% damage buff that you can earn. If that's not your thing, being PvP, you may want to turn it off. Me personally, I get enjoyment out of killing the alliance for that 15% buff. Alright folks, last but not least, the 1 hour wrap up of how many items earned, gold value earned on average for only the 5 hours that I have done this farm. I didn't do this farm as much as the other farms because it pales in comparison to the amount of mobs that you get, and I like to try hard this game too much, so it is what it is. However, I would not discount this farm just because it pales in comparison to the mob kill counts that you can get, just because this farm doesn't have as many mobs. They're all co-located, they're all in the same area, so if you want to plan to do something else, or if you need maybe a mental reprieve from tryharding, this farm provides just that, so I absolutely would not discount it. That is why I'm including it, doing some video coverage to get this information out there. Let's get into the numbers. Now this is only per character when I'm multi-boxing, 5-boxing to be specific. Raw gold earned, as you can see here on the screen, is 500 to 1,000 gold earned in selling grays. For green BOEs, it was around 30 to 65 greens. Tide spray linen, it is somewhere in the range of 300 to 400. Now this is without tailoring. If you have tailoring, it'll just be more. Deep sea satin, again, without tailoring, is between 25 to 40. Epic BOEs and mounts, RNG is RNG, right? 0 to 1. It really just depends on if the loot gods wants to give it to you. Now I'll share how many items I earned for 5-boxing. And there it is. Raw gold earned 2,500 to 5,000 gold. Just in selling grays, green BOEs somewhere in the range of 150 to 325 green. Tie spray linen around 1,200 to 2,000, again without tailoring. Deep sea satin, again without tailoring, is around 125 to 200. And then epic BOEs, I usually get one. Been very good. I can sometimes score more. I've gone 2 hours without getting any, but I like to say I've gotten more BOEs in a single hour when just 5-boxing than not. Mounts, same thing, 0 to 1. RNG is RNG. Thank you everyone. If you learned something, give the video a thumbs up. If you want to see more guides like this in the future, click that subscribe button. I am always looking for feedback and other farms that you would like to see covered. Comment below in the video what you would like covered. I will read those comments and comment on every single one of them, folks. I am on Twitch. Schedule will be posted at twitch.tv/muzzletop, and then there will be ways to stay connected for the various giveaways that I do for World of Warcraft and my go live moments. And then whenever I'm looking to get more like-minded individuals for group farming, always looking for a party. Ways to stay connected again will be down below in the description, as well as timestamps to jump around in the guide if you have not already found it. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you. Keep up the gold farm.